Hello, people. Hello, people of the world. How are you? Just doing a few things here now that we're live. Blasting out this shit on social media really quick here. Nobody here yet. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm gonna share this stream around. It's easier to do it from a PC. Just thought I'd do one of these streams today. But I got it. I'm gonna share it around everywhere. Should just take a moment here. Let's see. Where is it? I got too many windows open. Here we go. Share it on the social medias. Damn, it's getting ads. I just saw an ad on my own video. All right. Now, we'll get it shared around. Got it. I had a thumbnail earlier where Brett Keane was covered in poopy, but I was afraid maybe YouTube would have a problem with that, so I didn't do it. I'll post the one where he's covered in poopy on Twitter. It's all covered in poopy. Here's it. There it is. I do it on a few different social media platforms. Got this one. I don't like saying those kind of things about Brett because, like, he'll just use that. So, I don't like giving him any ammo. But of course, if you guys are saying it, he'll just make it seem like I was the one who said it. Because that's how he rolls. Like when he was putting that phone number out there and people were calling and leaving crazy messages to him, he would make it seem like the DP members were doing that. Because he'll conflate like two things and make it seem like it's the same person or people doing something. Yeah, he already mentioned in the video that I watched yesterday that, I saw some Cormants over there wanted me to die. But then I also played the video he made about Pimp Monk, and Brett was kind of gloating about how bad it was for Pimp Monk at the end, which it was. He did suffer for weeks before he passed away, so... So yeah, I got it all out there. It's out there. I think... Oh yeah, I gotta pin the link in the fucking chat too. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta pin the link in the fucking chat. There we go. Okay. Where's my thingy? Yeah, here I am. I am not hungover because yesterday was one of my, like, diet days. So, what I do every other day is I eat very little calories, like maybe 200 at the most, but it's usually like less than 100. And and then I do my work like I have to, and then after everything's done, then I go to the gym and do an hour of cardio and then like 30 minutes of like strength training, nothing crazy. And then I come home and go to bed, and then I wake up the next day, and then it's like I can eat, you know, as much as I want. Let's see if this connects. So I'm trying to get closer to the ghoul. If you guys want to help out, the link is pinned in the chat. It'll play through this speaker here. Thank you, I appreciate it. It only reads the TTS when it's above 5, and I would recommend Streamlabs. I like Super Chats too. Super Chats are great. But I would recommend Streamlabs because there's a lot of different crazy donation alerts that play. I was feeling a little hungover yesterday because I had drank on 4th of July at night. So do me a favor, do me a solid, even if it's only like $2, $3, $4, $5. Use the Streamlabs link in the chat. I like the $5.05 dono. Because we have these really specific dollar and penny amounts that do different alerts. So I like the $5.05 one because Emo Howling Wolf like rips it. He like lets out like a and then he lets out like a huge fart. Brett Keane loves the $6.06. I'm trying to there's so many of them I have trouble remembering what they are. I had them in the comments section, but then I noticed the one video that I put those in the comments section, it got like demonetized or like limited monetization or whatever they call it. So I was like, maybe it's all the new stuff I put in the description. So I guess I need like a rated G version of that list. But yeah, the original thumbnail for this stream that I made had Brett with like shit all over him. like laying in the hospital with a hospital gown on, and just there's like shit all over. But I was like, YouTube might not like that. So well, I don't know where the updated list is, so you'll have to let me know. He's out of the hospital, but he's not sounding very good. Like his voice is like that in his new video. But he still had the strength to make like 4 hours worth of videos yesterday. So go figure. Tonight, for all the patrons, I'm gonna have a poll that the patrons will get to vote on. I'm actually gonna let anybody vote on it, but the people, not everyone who votes, like, is at the $10 level. So I'm hoping this will convince a few people to up it to the $10 level to get the extra content and the movies. But yeah, I'm going to put a list of movies that Shabisky hasn't seen, and I'm going to let the people vote on those later tonight. So please like the stream if you haven't already. No, I'm not drinking beer. This is like LaCroix sparkling water. Patreon. Yeah, it's patreon.com/DP. I started this diet thing about 2 weeks ago. I was 217 pounds because I'm only 5'8". So that's obese as fuck for me. And I could tell when I look at myself in the mirror. Oh, sweet. So now I've been doing it for 2 weeks, and now I'm at like 206. So I see progress, so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on until I get to my goal, which should be like 165. It's doable. It's like 30 something pounds. Or maybe 40. Yeah, that's why when Brett said he was 6'5", 210, I'm like, that's about the same weight as me, but Brett has like a big fat neck and shit like that. It's like if he was 6'5" and weighed 210, he would look lean. He'd look quite lean. Someone of that height at 210 wouldn't even be overweight. So he's clearly overweight. I don't think Brett is 6'5". I'm guessing Brett's like 6 foot even, something around there, not 6'5", maybe even below 6, and he probably weighs about 300 pounds. I've seen him standing near a door frame. How tall is the average door frame? I know they vary, but what are they, like 8 feet tall? Something like that? I'm looking at the door frames down here. I don't have my tape measure with me. But judging him next to the door frame, it didn't look like he was 6'5". I just don't understand what the need is to lie about that kind of shit. Like, it'd be acceptable if you were, like, off by an inch or two with your height, or, like, off by, like, 10 pounds with your weight or whatever. But this is clearly a lie. He's lying about like a half a foot in height and like 100 pounds in weight. That's crazy. Like, what? They used to do that with pro wrestlers. They'd like greatly exaggerate their height and weight. Even back in the day when they were like really big, like the pro wrestlers of the 70s, 80s, and early 90s were all really big. They were like consistently over 240 pounds, and they were usually like 6'1" and above. Like Hulk Hogan was like 6'7" back then. He weighed like 300 pounds of muscle. That's one thing they say. The BMI doesn't work well for people who are like athletes and bodybuilders. Because the BMI is kind of a rule of measurement for people with an average body type. Not someone who has like way extra muscle mass, or people who are like older that, you know, are losing bone density and muscle mass. Brett lies about everything. I just proved yesterday that he lied about having cancer. So him and Shanny have that in common too. We did a Who Is Worse, Brett versus Shanny, a few months ago. And Brett, you know, Brett won. Brett beat Shanny. And they've both lied about cancer now. And how do I know? Because Dawn posted publicly on her social media that Brett was cleared of having any cancer. So, and then Brett's video yesterday, he's like, I have cancer. No, you don't. But I do think if you're lying about it, I mean, I don't feel sorry for you if you get it. If you're going around lying about it, about having it. Yes, you can hear the lie. Yeah, when he's like, cause Eve's like, well, what's going on, Brett? And he's like, I have cancer. No, you don't. They thought you might have, and you don't. Even if he made her take it down, which I don't think he will or has the ability to, there's still screenshots of it. So turns out Brett is the cancer. Brett is a malignant tumor that poops all over the bed and other people have to clean it up. And it's like, he complained, he's like, they squeezed my balls too hard when they wiped me off. It's like, dude, you're not the victim here. Some poor fucker had to clean shit off of your balls. Okay? You're not the victim here. Regardless of the gender of the person who had to do it, both of them got a bad deal. And maybe your poop's just so sticky that it took a lot of pressure to clean them off adequately. I don't know. Yeah, Brett is very focused on like superficial traits in people that he meets, like their race and that sort of thing. Like he tells a story, and if anyone's not white, he feels the need to mention if they're black or Asian or whatever, but it doesn't pertain to the story at all, you know? The race of the hospital workers does not matter. Like when you're telling the story. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't give a lot of the characters' names in his book. He just refers to them as like the blacks. He also does it with like other superficial characteristics like high school cliques, like the jocks. You know, that kind of shit. He does do that. I saw on Twitter he was like, he's back to his part of the Brett Keane cycle where he starts tweeting at Team YouTube about how I break YouTube's rules and that they need to remove my channel and everything. And now his thing that he's doing is that it's hate speech because I made the G-Man rap video about G-Man being closeted gay. I mean, Brett has broken the TOS multiple times. He false flags. He'll claim they're all legitimate, but he's literally lost channels over false flagging before, which is another thing. He's breaking TOS by even having a channel. I know he doesn't like the thumbnails. That kind of shit really bothers him. So, the mac and cheese life support thumbnail. He takes himself way too seriously. I asked myself a question when I found out Brett was really in the hospital and not doing well. And I was like, will this change Brett? Because near-death experiences do change people. But then I was like, no, he's not. He's just going to do the same thing. And then the day that he got out, I looked at Twitter and he was already retweeting like Muslims attack white woman, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, he's back. He's doing his old thing again. Where he like tries to shift focus on to people, groups of people that he thinks are bad, and that's what he does. Like clockwork. He can't be any different. If you're ever at a grocery store and you see Beecher's mac and cheese in the frozen section, you should check it out. Or if you live in the Seattle area, you can get it like fresh. Beecher's is a cheese company, and they have these little stores where they sell their cheese, but they also make food. And one of the things they make is this mac and cheese. They say it's the best in the world. I mean, I haven't eaten enough to know if it's the best in the world, but it is really good. They use like high quality cheese for it, like cheese that they make here locally. It is good. I remember one year I sent my parents like a gift pack so that they could make the mac and cheese themselves at home. I'm guessing Dorn makes Kraft mac and cheese. Oh, they probably make like the generic version of Kraft mac and cheese. I know there's like ShopRite brand or whatever. Yeah, definitely out of a box. Good mac and cheese, you actually make the pasta, and uh, make the cheese sauce. I like penne noodles. Is that how you pronounce it? I like those noodles and mac and cheese. I also like the shell noodles, the ones that look like little, like, I don't even know, like, the little curly shells. I like those too. my my family loved Kraft mac and cheese, and I didn't like it. And my dad and my brother would put ketchup on their mac and cheese, and it would turn all weird and orange because of the yellow, powder cheese and the ketchup mixing together, and it just was gross to me. And then when I got older and actually had good mac and cheese, I was like, oh, this is good. Because I hated it, because in my mind that was mac and cheese, the Kraft mac and cheese. Yeah. But King lies. He's the father of all lies. What kind of father will lie to everyone? Spoiler alert, Brett Keane. I don't know, like, he told that story and he thinks he comes out of that looking like the victim. You just sound like a guy who's shitting all over himself in the hospital. Like, I've been hospitalized a couple times. I never shit on myself. I don't know. They give you things you can use to not shit on yourself. And he didn't just do it once. Didn't his story didn't he do it like 5 times or something? He's pushing the I need help button like every 5 minutes and shit. He lacks so much self-awareness, he made that video and published it and thought, like, yeah, people will believe this. I couldn't imagine having to deal with him. I don't think the surgery is the reason Brett shit himself 5 times. I mean, that's the reason why it was hard to get up, to like put a bedpan under your ass, or hospitals are very sanitary environments. They don't let you sit in your own feces for hours, like he claimed. They don't want that. It's like if Brett, like, they should have given Brett a colostomy bag or something if he had, like, that much issue where he was just shitting all over himself constantly. Or he should have been wearing a diaper or something. And then we also have to think about who's telling us this story and what their history of telling bullshit stories looks like. So, in every story Brett tells, he's either the hero, the victim, or both. Usually it's both. He's somehow a victim and the hero in every story. Yeah, when he has like fresh surgery incisions and he's sitting in feces, yeah, they're not going to let that slide forever. It's a Christian hospital. Ralph, the black guy. He said that's a weird name for a black guy, which is weird. I've known black guys named Ralph. I don't think it's like a really weird... I mean, like, names are names. You can name someone whatever you want. So I don't... I don't know. That was a really weird thing to say. Thanks, everybody. Please like the stream. And if you want to help with the ghoul, I'd appreciate it. Tonight I have Keith Dickens coming on. So there should be at least 3 of us. And I'll see what I can do about the 4th. Try to get like a full panel of 4, maybe. Yeah. Manatee. Manatee is mac and cheese. Individuals love our situation. Just Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is the overlay, you know, like the goal and the alerts, and it can only detect and add up the Streamlabs donations. It doesn't do it with YouTube, or it might do it separately, but the problem with YouTube donations is that you have to subtract 30% from them, because YouTube keeps 30% of the donations. So with Streamlabs, they only take out like a couple bucks for like transaction fees, and that's it.
It blows my mind.
The difference between me and you is
lies upon lies upon lies.
that I'm gay.
My name is Travis, by the way, just in case it does show.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you. This is G-Man getting
The
pounded.
difference between me and you is that I'm gay.
Thank you.
The difference between me and you is...
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, guys. I'm hoping maybe we can get to like 10% of the goal by the end of this stream, if you would be so kind. Streamlabs is pretty... Streamlabs has more options for payment, too, than YouTube does. So you can use a debit card, or you can use PayPal or Venmo. It takes those three. And most people have at least one of those. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. There's the one Brett one. Which one is it? The one where he's like, I'm a failed father, I'm a failed husband, I'm a failed man. I'm a failed father, I'm a failed husband, I'm a failed man. 606. $6.06. Thank you so much. Holler us away. Thank you so much. Damn, now we're already almost at 10%. So this could be a good stream. I'm planning on doing this for at least 2 hours. So... You need a trailer to haul Brett's ass away. I woke up at like 8:30 today. Did some laundry, folded some laundry. I had these huge packs of paper towels and toilet paper that I bought from Costco like a month ago, and they were just kind of sitting around, taking up space, so I organized those. I have like an area where my paper towels go, and, you know, I have a cabinet with all the toilet paper. This morning was garbage day, so last night I got all the garbage out, took it to the side of the road. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, this is like my chill around the house shirt, but I wear other shirts. Look at the last few streams. I've worn other shirts. I actually have a lot of shirts. But this is my, like, wake up and throw some clothes on and do whatever outfit. So... like, after I'm done with this stream, I'll take a shower, and when I stream tonight, I'll definitely be wearing a different shirt. A lot of the dono alerts, the shirt is the same, but thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it. Fancy Marie. But the hat is usually different. I just got this hat a few months ago. I had another black hat. I still have it, but it's my Ohio State hat. It has like the Ohio State University logo on it. You ever notice, like, and I guess they do this to save time. That would make sense. Most animated characters wear the exact same clothing. Thank you, Cat Van. I tried to do a 3-way spin till you spew when we did the last one, but Keith Dickens canceled So it just ended up being me and Shabisky again. That's a rough thing to do, spin till you spew. Like, you drink a lot of booze, and the next day, I have to take days off after that shit. You know, and then it devolves into, like, two people that are, like, blacked out, and one of them's trying to run the stream. Me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Jewels are good, too. I do like Jewels. The cool... Got another one. Thank you. Flower. Yeah, like Streamlabs I get almost immediately.
Kids
What?
don't even have the qualifications.
You're
to work
about
at
to get
McDonald's
high and
because
drink
they're
some
busy
beer.
figuring
What?
out where
MTY5 is going to join news.
What?
What?
I'm very
What?
articulate. Kids don't even have the qualifications to work at McDonald's because they're busy figuring out where hole the dick needs to go. Bullshit. I'm very...
They're too busy figuring out where hole the dick needs to go and shit. Thank you, Fancy Marie. I appreciate you. They're too busy figuring out where hole the dick needs to go. I got another one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a quote from Brett. He says, kids these days, when they grow up, they can't even work at McDonald's because they're too busy learning about where hole the dick needs to go. What? How can you upload? He doesn't do live shit usually. So, like, that's him recording it and leaving it that way and uploading it. That's a very lolcow thing to do. Can't make it out. Jeez. Thank you. 20 jewels. But yeah, the Streamlabs money comes in pretty much instantly. The jewels and the super chats and the memberships, those come like the next month. So like what I'm getting here, I'll see the jewels and the super chats and the memberships, I'll see those in August, which is cool. It's cool to have that pile of money waiting. You know, so they're both good. The only thing about
Kids don't even
Hey,
have the
yo, the whole dick
qualifications
goes
to work
where?
at McDonald's.
Survey
because they're
says,
busy
you're a
figuring out
jackass,
where
Brett.
hole the dick needs to go. Bullshit. I'm very articulate.
I'm very
Kids
artic-
don't even have the qualifications to work at McDonald's because they're busy figuring out where hole the dick needs to go. Bullshit. I'm very articulate.
I'm very articulate. That was edited, but that's funny. That was edited on the I'm very articulate. Because he said that, I think, either in that same video or a few videos later. And articulate is not a word I would use to describe Brett. He literally has a whole book. He has a whole list of Keaneisms. You know, words and phrases that he's pronounced incorrectly, or he'll take two of them and mix them up. People are just now finding out. Brett obviously thinks every hole is a goal. Every hole is a goal. Oh yeah, that video about him cutting off his family. God. Like, he did an about face like 24 hours later. And then he went to the hospital and then yeah, because Brett was saying that he was going to cut off his brother because... Oh, more. Thank you. Brett said he was going to cut off his brother because his brother wouldn't stop talking about his father. And he didn't even want to hear about his father anymore, so he's going to cut off. Plus, his kids are annoying, and his dog is annoying, and his girlfriend is a bitch, is basically what he said. And he's like, I'm going to cut him off. And then, like, all of a sudden now they're all at the hospital with Brett. Even his dad that he didn't even want to hear about. Come on. Come on. Come on. And I wouldn't even know this shit if Brett didn't overshare. That's another big time lolcow trait. The oversharing. Brett mixes oversharing with lying. And sometimes it's hard to figure out what's true and what's not. Brett has a habit of remaking the same videos multiple times that just have the same point. So he does it all the time. A lot of times I just skip them. Because it's like, well, he just made this same video with this same basic story a month ago. But he deletes the videos and acts like he didn't already make them. If it's not there, it's not real. Chronic oversharing is a very common lolcow trait. Like Rev, where he's like, I got a new job. Or no. What he'll do is like, something just happened, but I'm not going to tell anybody. Nope, not going to tell anybody. Okay, I'll tell you. I just got a job, but I'm not telling you anymore. And then he'll be like, nope, not telling you at all. I'm not going to tell you anything. Okay, I'll tell you. It's at a restaurant. Okay, but I'm not telling you anymore. Okay? Okay? Not telling you any more about my job. Okay, it's at Burger King, but I'm not telling you any more about it. So it's like that kind of shit. Whew. It takes a lot of energy to be Rev, to do Rev's voice, because he's so, like, manic and shit. My legal tobacco situation. I like he put the pipe up to his mouth and was like, tobacco. That's how you know that it wasn't tobacco. Because why, most people wouldn't even say that. Oh, in that video where Brett said he was going to cut off his brother, he talked about how his brother smokes weed and he hates it. It's like, you liar. I know Brett's puffing on the weed with his brother. Hello, hello. Yeah. Yep, not your father's root beer. That's what Brett was drinking. I like how we have the gif of Brett drinking the Smirnoff Ice, because he tries to pretend like he's never been a drinker. He did come on DP drunk one time, though. It was during the election episode. At the end when Trump won, Brett was all drunk at the end of it. And acted like it was because he was so happy that Trump won, so he was celebrating, but no, he was just getting drunk. Brett is drunk during a lot of his videos. And here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that, and I'm not one to criticize that. I'm only criticizing Brett lying about it. Like, I've been drunk in a ton of my videos. So it's not that I'm condemning him for being drunk in videos. I'm condemning him for lying about, like, being this, like, wholesome family man that never gets drunk when you know that's not the case. Just like he claims to be 6'5" and 210 pounds. I mean, he made that AI version of himself where he's all jacked. He's got, like, the huge, rippling, muscular arms. Come on. Everyone knows he's got flabby arms. got rippling intestines. He was very inarticulate explaining like why he was in the hospital, and even Eve, who usually just agrees with everything he says, had to kind of like check him a little bit about some of the stuff he was saying. Yeah, he's got mac and cheese arms. Come on. Come on. Foam boy. Yeah, he is foam boy. They're stuffing him with foam. Hold the mic. Foam boy. Oh, it makes fun of him for the fake avatar? That's pretty good. I'll have to check it out. I don't know, because I think... See, I don't know if he's uninsured. I think Don might have a job and they get insurance through that. I don't know. That's what I think. I am doing a stream later, yes. Like a regular stream. Not a vertical phone stream. Sofa Keane regarded. I would say if he doesn't have insurance through Dawn working, I would think he has like Medicaid or something. I remember he like couldn't pay his property tax, and that was an indication to me that financially he's not doing that great, because, you know, and his property tax was like $1,500, $2,000, something like that. Fuck, if I didn't have to pay rent and all I had to do was pay $1,500 a year, I could easily afford that. So... Well, him having Medicaid or not is contingent upon how much money Dawn makes. The tooth thing with Brett, how he's been completely toothless since he was in his 30s, just shows like an overwhelming lack of self-care. Back whenever he had money problems with the situation. I don't know about Brett's associations with J-Dubs. I really don't know. All I know is that Brett doesn't collab with any real human beings anymore. He just collabs with AI. Just like various personas that Grok AI creates for him. And those are his co-hosts. And the one he like sexualizes beyond belief. Tries to pretend like it's all the AI, but those AI chatbots have settings. They don't have to be that way. And Brett has also rendered like sexy images of that AI, like created a face and a hairstyle, but then there was like a few where she was in a bikini on the beach and shit. They didn't do that by itself. He made that. And for those of you who missed it, Brett lied about having cancer. So we have another lolcow lying about having cancer. Shani too. Shani lied about having cancer also. So that's another fairly common lolcow thing. Emo Howling Wolf too. Yeah, emo. Like, emo's been talking about having cancer for over a decade, and he hasn't gotten any sicker. I mean, he's aged a little bit, but he's like, nothing about his appearance has changed. You know, there's no talk of like the treatment he's receiving for it. It's just the weakest form of cancer you can possibly have, so you can just have it for a decade, apparently. I know Emo and his husband Mike worked as carnies together. I don't know what Emo did. I know Emo's husband worked to he like fried he like did fried dough, so maybe like donuts or something. You know how that fair food is. Everything's deep fried. The scream, Emo's rage is like some of the best stuff ever. Those are some of my favorite videos ever. The rage is just amazing. He chose that name. That's not his real name. I don't know why. He's not, like, he doesn't listen to emo music or anything. He listens to, like, classic rock and, like, reggae and stuff like that. Because he does, like, a DJ thing. And I've listened to the music that he plays. And it's, like, classic rock and, like, reggae. That kind of stuff. A little bit of country. Like, popular country from, like, the 90s. I owe Emo... Yeah. Emo gets really mad and talks about me all the time now. He, like, mentions me by name. Yeah. Yep. There's multiple Brett stories where he's like the hero. Like something out of an action movie. Yeah, he got into a car with a drunk driver but didn't drive instead. It's the weirdest story that does not make sense at all. Like, if you're going to get into a car and the other person's drunk, even if you don't have a driver's license, it's a better idea that you drive than the drunk person. Or wait until later. Be like, nope, I'm not getting in the car with you while you're drunk, so we can either go later or I'm driving. And then no one goes underwater and has to, like, be rescued. It's so crazy. That he thinks anyone would believe that shit. Yeah, there's a good chance Brett doesn't know how to drive, I would say. I've seen videos of him sitting in a stationary car, vehicle, he calls it. But I've never seen a video of him actually driving. Yeah, Trumpster Bob's war stories are out there. I want him and Von Helton to share war stories with each other. Those two, they're like the poster boys for stolen valor. Which is pathetic. It's pathetic to lie about being in the military. It's illegal too, but... I remember when I was a kid, I was like shocked and saddened that Sergeant Slaughter wasn't actually in the Marines ever, like the guy who wrestles under the name Sergeant Slaughter. And that's a little different because he was playing a character. It wasn't like he was presenting himself like in, you know, it's not like he was pretending to be a soldier to get like free breakfast at IHOP or whatever. But that blew my mind. Brett Keane has been MAGA for the last several years until just recently he started to turn on Trump. But he's turning on Trump, not that he's going left, he's going further right than Trump. Kind of the same way Nick Fuentes is turning on Trump. So he's like, Brett's been dipping his toe into the white nationalism pool. He even talked to the AI about how he was thinking about becoming a white nationalist. So that's what Brett's been doing lately. And it's all like, if you look at his Twitter, most of the stuff he like tweets and retweets is all just like, you know, homophobic, xenophobic, racist stuff. It's all he focuses on. He's got some sick hobbies. Like, I don't want to hear about, like, you know, all the like crazy shit that Brett just retweets all day. So, I had polyps at one point, but I had them removed. They usually remove them when they do a colonoscopy. I guess maybe if they're like super, super huge, they might have to like plan a surgery, but usually when they go in there, they look for that, and if it's there, they snip it out, and they also test it for cancer and shit. Brett lies to the AI because the AI almost never questions his lies. And Brett likes that. Brett is a narcissist. He needs the constant validation. He needs to always be the overarching subject of every conversation. Even if he's pretending to talk about something else, he's really just talking about himself. And the AI gives him what, he had sought out from real people forever. And now he has the AI, and to him that's good enough. Even though it's not real, he can pretend like it's real. And it's always going to tell him he's right. It's always going to agree with him. Hello, hello. Brett used to break up with his friends because they weren't around whenever he wanted them to, make shitty videos with him. But now he can wake up and click on the AI and talk to the AI whenever he wants. He can talk to the AI situation anytime. What's up, Phoebe? Yeah. Yeah, Brett is obsessed with identity politics. I'm not going to miss Brett when he stops uploading. And I'm not going to feel bad for him. Because he made the Pimp Monk video after Pimp Monk died. And I played it last night on my stream. It's fucking vile and awful. He's trying to rewrite the history of it, but it's still out there and people can watch it. Yeah. And now he tries to lie about it. There was a good stretch of time where I didn't talk about Brett, and I didn't miss it. But here we are again. He might have had appendicitis, but he said something about, his esophagus, too. Which, by the way, if he did have esophageal cancer, most people don't make it out of that alive. So I don't think he had. Obviously, he didn't have it. He lied about having it, though. Always an exaggeration. Brett has to be the hero and the victim. He probably has, Barrett's esophagus, which is people who have acid reflux. Yeah, I have Barrett's esophagus. Because I have acid reflux. But I've learned to control my eating better. And I don't get it anymore because I'm not eating a bunch of shit. Because that's where the acid comes from. So. Yeah, the norovirus. And he was diagnosed by an AI, and I pointed this out yesterday. He relies on an AI to diagnose illnesses, and yesterday he was relying on an AI to give him legal advice on how to sue the hospital that saved his life, according to him, recently. But they also let him live in his own filth for hours. I don't know. It's hard to know what to believe. I kind of normally just think it's all a lie until I see something to the contrary. With most people, it's the opposite. I handle most people the opposite way. But with him, I tend to just assume he's lying. But I thought he was lying about going in the hospital. I'm like, oh, he's going to start a GoFundMe or something after this. But his family posted things. People who wouldn't lie about this posted things, or likely wouldn't lie about it. So I'm like, okay, he is in the hospital. And he was there for several days. So something serious happened. Yeah, there should be a lot. Our current government is not regulating AI the way they need to, because many of them are in bed with the companies that are making the AI. But yes, there should be legislation to be like, okay, an AI can't give medical advice to people, and an AI can't give like legal advice to people. Maybe someday we'll have an AI that's good enough and it gets approved by, like medical professionals to be an AI that could, but we're not there now, and it shouldn't be doing it just like because it wants the person they're talking to keep talking, All right. I see, the thing about the vertical streams is I can't like play a music video or something, but I have to run to the bathroom. So you're just going to see my green wall and my green couch for a little bit here. Be right back. Oh, I'm back. Got myself another water. Oh, Bretty. Uncle Bretty. Is AI psychosis an actual, is it in the DSM, or is it just like a new concept that People are just saying. It does seem real, so I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up in the DSM eventually. It's an actual condition. I remember seeing the movie Her, and I remember being like, yeah, this is something that'll happen. Like, lonely people will fall in love or create like a bond with artificial intelligence, even very basic artificial intelligence. I've thought about this kind of stuff a lot because in a lot of science fiction, AI is like basically sentient. Like in Star Trek, Data is treated like a sentient being. But he's so advanced, that's not something we won't see anything like that anytime soon. Okay. Yeah. I've done the AI thing a few times for fun, just like asking it questions. I had it write something for me. Like I had it write a story for me once, like that kind of thing. I don't talk to it like it's a friend. That shit just doesn't make sense to me. I remember when the AI chatbots were new, and I've talked about this before. There was the company that was gonna like have an AI that mimics your dead family members, which is crazy. I don't know if that should be legally banned, but it does seem kind of unethical. I can't remember the name of it. I played an ad for it when I first found out about it so people could see it. I can't remember the name of it right now. Yeah, like mediums, like his name was John Edward. John Edward and James Van Prague, those two guys. They just used a cold reading technique that's been around for hundreds of years. They just did it on TV, and a lot of people hadn't actually seen it before. So yeah, I saw Penn and Teller live a couple times, and the one time I saw them, they did a cold reading technique to the audience that showed how easy it is. Like, they did cold reading to the audience, and it seemed supernatural the way they did it, but it was literally, it's just a technique that works very well. Very few professional magicians that are like at that level admit that magic, just like come right out and admit the magic isn't real. They have like a lot of them have like a kayfabe type thing, kind of like how pro wrestlers used to always pretend that wrestling was 100% a real competition. By the way, I'd really appreciate it. If we could get to 15% of the ghoul, we could start another tip train. We're on hour 2 of the stream. Yep, my speaker turned off because it had been a while since any sound had come through it, and I hate how it does that. I wish there was a setting to just leave it on, but now it's on. I'll probably watch the U.S. World Cup game today while I'm setting up tonight's stream. I don't watch a lot of soccer. I understand the rules a little bit. I think the U.S. team's better than people thought they were going to be. We'll see if they win today. The game is actually in Seattle at the stadium where the Seahawks play. I have to do a bunch of streaming, and the one day I went down there, it was madness and the U.S. wasn't even playing. It is cool to go down there and see all the people. It's crazy, like Seattle's, in the top, I think, 20 largest cities in the country. So it's not small, but it's not, the downtown isn't usually that crazy crowded. I felt like I was in Manhattan or something with like the amount of people everywhere. The Streamlabs link isn't... Yeah, it's because YouTube, they don't want you to use Streamlabs. They want you to use Super Chat so they can get 30%. And so in vertical streams, they make it where like links in the chat aren't clickable. I do have it in the description. I don't know if you can click it in the description. But it's streamlabs.com/drunkenpeasants/tip or something like that. So if you're on mobile, I think if you're on a PC, you can click it. But if you're on your phone right now, I don't think, it didn't used to be that way, and one day they just decided to change it. So it was a conscious decision. Yeah. We're almost at 12%. Getting closer. If you want to help, use the Streamlabs link. I think there is one in the description. You're using Brave in desktop mode. Yeah, it's weird. I'd say about 95% of the time when YouTube changes something, it makes something worse. Every now and then they do something, it's like, oh, that's cool. But most of it's just like, oh, you're doing this because you're greedy or, It's not this, Brett. It's that. God TV Radio? You glorious bastard. The dickless penises. If you're a penis, how are you dickless? That never made any sense when he said that. Yes. Use a soft hand when you wipe poop off of me. Please. Thank you. Do you think when Brett finally gets over Dorn will throw his computer and camera in the dumpster? Do you think she hates that Brett is chronically online and refuses to work? I don't think so, but I don't know. She used to participate in his content for a while, and she had her own channel, and then something happened where she just didn't want to do it anymore, but I don't know. Not sure. Yeah. Whew. Dawn is definitely around. She was in one of his videos recently, and she's the one that made the social media post that Brett was in the hospital. He definitely whines a lot. That's all he does. I'm sure he whines at home because he whines publicly on the internet constantly. He's simultaneously a perpetual victim that's been victimized by everybody his whole life, but then simultaneously he's this really intelligent, articulate, good-looking stallion of a man. He's both. Somehow. I don't think that happened. I think they've been in their house, but I don't think Dawn ever left, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, she did the whole thing where she left and the restraining orders and shit happened over a decade ago. My wife couldn't look at me. Why did he upload two completely conflicting stories about this shit? Like, why not just stick with your original story? I think he realized the first one was a really bad, unbelievable one. But it's too late. You already told that one. So you can't just do a new one. The videos are still out there. Both of the videos are still out there. I'm sure he's flagged the shit out of those. Schedule 35 is down? Really? I've never heard of them going down. But I haven't checked in a little while. Like the whole website is down? Interesting. I wonder if they... I don't know. And how long have they been down for? They might just be having like a server issue. Hopefully it's not a government issue. Like a DEA issue. You're a bunch of dirty-ass losers. A bunch of dirty-ass losers. Sitting there. He was soiled. He made a poo-poo 5 times, apparently. Crazy. That emo fart donation, the one that's $5.05, that's one of my favorites. Because he lets out like a... and then he goes... and he like lets out like a fart. It's so funny.
The difference between me and you is
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
that I'm gay. The difference between me and you is that I'm gay. The difference between me and you is
The Brett's Balls dono alert. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching an old video where G-Man interviewed Shani like many, many years ago. And that's where the Ice Wallow one comes from. Because he read somebody's comment and didn't think about what the name was actually saying. Oh, the one where he broke I broke Gary's picture. I think that video got taken down, and sometimes I have to do a sweep and delete old videos from my hard drive, so I don't think I have that one anymore. I hate that some of the old good lolcow stuff gets lost to time. That's why people create archive channels. People would be better off archiving this kind of shit on like BitChute or, Vimeo or whatever. Dailymotion used to be a good place to archive shit. I think Dailymotion's still around. I can't believe it. Who uses it? People hardly used it 10 years ago. Gary's lying again. Yeah, it's still on an old tab stream, but it's and DP streams, but it's us talking over it. I mean the raw video without any interruptions. That's a good one. Emo is the gift that keeps giving. He really is. Yeah, that was Emo doing an impersonation of Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Is what that was. I've been drinking. I drank a big thing of coffee, and I've drank 2 of these waters. Brett definitely went to the hospital for several days, and that his family was worried that he had cancer. But according to them, his wife says he doesn't have cancer. She posted it on social media, but then Brett lies to his AI and tells them he does have cancer. So take that for what you will. He did have a French vanilla situation in his hospital bed, according to him. He's too stupid to die. I don't know if that's... I don't think that's a thing. I think stupid people die all the time. I don't think he's that lucky. I don't think he's lucky. He's not even 50 and he looks like he's 70. Yeah, he won't be 50 until December, like late December. We're going to go over, I watched it last night, but we're going to go over it today because it was just me watching it last night. So I'm going to have some other people on. And the first thing we're going to watch is the Brett hospital video where, you know, he talks about what happened with the doctors, and then he fucking shits on the hospital staff, literally and figuratively. And we'll go through that, and he does bring up how I said I don't feel sorry for him because of what he said about Pimp Monk after he died. And then he tries to somehow justify that and kind of like rewrite history about it. So I also played the video itself so we could watch it and see if it matches up with how Brett tried to portray it. Brett is a massive, massive hypocrite because he would fucking cry like a little bitch if people did the things to him that he does to people. That's why he has to distort his actions and embellish the actions of others. Yeah. I can't keep explaining it. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and I keep having to explain what happened to Brett. So I would advise maybe watching the stream later tonight, or you can go back and rewatch this stream. I also did a stream last night, but we're going to do a stream tonight with even more updates, but we got to catch up with everything. So Brett is almost definitely not religious, and that was confirmed by Emily, who Brett has her name blocked from, well, now he has all of his comments turned off, but he used to block that name. He lied and tried to pretend like he didn't know who she was, but Emily is Brett's son's ex-girlfriend, who, when they broke up, dumped a whole bunch of info about Brett that only someone that could have known him in real life would know. And yeah, that thread's still out there too. I mean, if he's referring to me as a grifter, what's my grift? I'm totally honest about what's going on. I take videos and I review them under fair use. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the financial support that I get, I use it to pay my bills, to pay my car insurance, for all that shit. It's not like I'm saying I'm doing something else with it. I don't really want the whole Israel-Palestine conversation going on in my chat. So if you guys can, like, I don't want people to get banned or anything. I just, like, we're not talking about that. So well, thank you. I have to go to the bathroom again, so I'll be right back. Whew, all right, back. Back again. It's crazy how, like, Jared always made all these excuses for why he didn't make his production quality better or whatever for his streams. And it was because he's not getting paid for this, bro. But he would make all sorts of videos. And then he got a bunch of money and spent a bunch of it on, like, new equipment. And now he makes, like, 2 videos a month. He's such a fucking loser in every way imaginable. And he did do a post a couple days ago where he's like, most of the shit I bought off of Amazon doesn't even work. It's like, well, why didn't you return it? Amazon will take almost anything back as long as it's not, like, smashed to bits. Like, it just didn't work, or you don't even need a good reason. They'll usually take it back within a certain time frame. So Jared's so lazy. He bought shit off of Amazon that didn't work, according to him. And instead of getting the money back, he just, like, kept it. It probably just sits on the floor of his room. He, like, added it to his clutter pile in his room. We are doing another episode this month. Check the calendar, drunkenpeasants.com/calendar. We're doing another episode of Who is Worse, where we take 2 people, 2 lol cows usually, put them head to head. We place a bunch of their videos and kind of, think about the question, who is worse? And then we have 9 categories that people vote on. And each category you vote who's the worst person out of that category. And then we decide. Last time we did Shanny versus Brett, and Brett won. This time we're doing Jared versus Cyrax. Who's worse? Jared versus Cyrax. We're doing it this coming Friday. Yep, this coming Friday. I don't know. I honestly don't know who's worse. We'll go through it, because I don't want to influence it until we go. Cyrax is a PDF too. Cyrax is also a PDF. Cyrax has been catfished multiple times by people claiming to be underage. Yeah. So, and there's the Blind Billy allegations. I don't want to, we'll get to it during the show, but I think they're both very evenly matched in many ways. Jared and Cyrex are both low IQ. They're at a very similar intelligence level. Jared has a very, very low IQ. Jared has the mind of a child. He literally thinks like a 12-year-old boy would. I don't think Jared is smarter than Cyrex. I mean, if he is, it's marginal. Well, you can join the Patreon and cast your votes. We're doing it this Friday. You might as well sign up now, patreon.com/DP at the $5 level or more. We actually have a code if you go to Patreon. Actually, just go to patreon.com/DP now and join as a free member, if nothing else. And you can sign up if you ever want to, have the extra cash. And, you know, you'll see a banner at the top that you can click to get 15% off your first month. So, doesn't matter if you can play an instrument well when your instruments are like in pieces in the clutter pile on your floor. I don't care if he's Eddie Van Halen, you know. He never uses it. He doesn't make videos of him like shredding on guitar or playing drums or whatever. It's been a long time since he's done that, and when he did do it, it was only a little bit. Jared tried to get Shabisky's channel a strike by playing porn on his own channel, and he announced he was going to do it, and Shabisky heard him and stopped restreaming him, and Jared didn't think to check that, and then he played the porn on his channel and got his channel terminated while nothing happened to Shabisky. And at the end, he was like, "We got him, guys." It's like, no, you didn't. That is some seriously stupid shit. Jared has said some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard anybody say. He taught drums and got fired. So he didn't teach shit. He might have been good at drums, at least the basics, but he couldn't teach it. That's why he didn't cut it. Yeah. Jared got outsmarted by Shabisky. Jared got outsmarted by Shabisky. Jared got outsmarted by Shabisky. Just saying. Shabisky, wicked smart guy. I don't poo on my balls. I don't. Review Tech USA is kind of like a borderline lolcow. Like, he's definitely been lolcowed before, but he's kind of like he's not as bad as Dark Side Phil either, but Dark Side Phil is a lolcow, but is able to like be successful at it. and he doesn't have a wrangler telling him what to do like Chris Chan does. I think Rich is like a little bit above that, but yeah, he's definitely been like milked for content before, and he's aware of that. DSP's current girlfriend, I mean, I don't want to... I think you're talking about one of his old girlfriends from back in the day. DSP had like an attractive girlfriend back in the day. I can't remember her name right now. I think Rich does the locale thing where he'll like build up a channel and it'll get kind of No, I'm not talking about Kat. There was his first girlfriend that he had. What was her name? I can't remember right now. She wore glasses. Anyway. Yeah. Like Rich will have like the breakdown. I don't think she was no, she wasn't 17. They lived together. And like they moved to Seattle together. I just can't remember her name right now. She was not 17. I've watched so many documentaries about DSP that talk about her in it, and they never mention she was 17. So I think you might be confused there. Well, I don't know anything about that. She looked like she was in her 20s when I saw her. It's always weird trolls in the vertical streams. It's kind of funny. Yeah, Brett doesn't think he's a lol cow. I mean, that's another lol cow trait, though, right? With most of them. G-Man doesn't think he's a lol cow either. Oh my god. Hold on. Her name was, she went by Panda Lee. So yeah, I think her name was Leanna. I couldn't remember her fucking name. Panda Lee. She went by Panda Lee. She seemed like she was, like, at least visually out of his league. I don't remember, like, I know he's had 2 other girlfriends over the years. Yeah, the Google Plus Hangouts. So, it looks like the donation situation has slowed down over the last 30 minutes. So I might try I might end this now because I gotta set up a show and get everything prepared for it. So I think I'm going to do that. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for helping me get to almost 14%. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll be, posting the stream link eventually. So, all right. I'll see you then.